Welcome back to our oil and gas safety series. Last time, we discussed the safety hazards oil and gas workers face on the job every day. Today, we'll examine the hazards surrounding confined spaces in oil and gas industry. A confined space is an area that is not meant for people to stay in for long periods, limited access, restricted airflow, and a high potential for danger. But here's the catch: they don't always look dangerous. In the oil and gas industry, confined spaces are everywhere: storage tanks, pressure vessels, pipelines, and separators. Some of these areas don't scream danger at first glance, but they can turn deadly fast. So what makes confined spaces so dangerous in the oil and gas industry? Confined spaces can contain toxic vapors like methane and benzene that, when inhaled in high concentrations, can lead to dizziness, headaches, or even suffocation. And hydrogen sulfide? Just a few breaths can knock someone unconscious. Oxygen can also silently drop due to oxidation or displacement by inert gases. You won't see it, you won't smell it, but you'll feel it, and by that time it could be too late. On top of that, flammable gases such as propane, methane, or gasoline fumes can build up in poorly ventilated spaces. When these gases reach their lower explosive limit, or LEL, the risk of ignition significantly increases. Even something as small as a spark or static electricity can trigger a deadly explosion. Engulfment can occur when a worker without proper isolation and harnessing is surrounded and trapped by loose materials like sand, sludge, or drilling mud inside tanks or pits. Mechanical hazards, on the other hand, arise when moving parts like agitators, mixers, or rotating equipment are not properly locked out before entry. This can result in the equipment starting unexpectedly during maintenance, with potentially fatal consequences. Between 2011 and 2018, the Bureau of Labor Statistics recorded 7 fatalities inside oil storage tanks, often caused by inhalation of harmful substances. Now, most of these confined space incidents are largely preventable. To safely enter a confined space in the oil and gas industry, professionals follow a strict, step-by-step process. It begins with a thorough hazard assessment to identify the space and evaluate any potential atmospheric or physical dangers. Once hazards are understood, a written entry permit must be issued. This permit system authorizes entry. No permit means no entry. That's plain and simple. Before anyone goes in, the atmosphere inside the space must be tested using calibrated gas detectors to check for safe oxygen levels, the presence of explosive gases, and any toxic vapors. If hazards are detected, the space must be ventilated using blowers or exhaust fans to remove harmful substances and supply fresh air. Workers must be equipped with the appropriate personal protective equipment, including respirators, harnesses, communication radios, and intrinsically safe lighting. A trained standby attendant remains outside the confined space at all times, maintaining constant focus and communication with the entrant to ensure immediate response in case of an emergency. This careful coordination is key to preventing accidents and protecting lives when entering confined spaces in oil and gas industries. A solid rescue plan with defined roles, procedures, and trained rescuers is also essential before any entry occurs. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, 60% of confined space fatalities involve would-be rescuers attempting entry without proper training or equipment. Confined space entry in oil and gas comes with heightened risks due to the hazardous materials and complex operational procedures. They demand heightened vigilance, specialized training, and layered safety controls. Many of these spaces are part of large, interconnected systems where a single oversight in isolation or lockout-tagout can allow dangerous substances to enter without warning. That's why controls must be executed with precision every time. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts or experiences with confined spaces in the oil and gas industry. Stay safe and see you in the next video.